Hi everyone, I'm that OK Minecraft gamer. This is my 4,700 day survival world. We are on 4,701. Just I'm a bit late with this video. Anyway, if y'all are wondering, yes, I am using a voice changer. The reason for that is I don't want to fully reveal myself to the world yet. However, I want to make the best content possible for you guys, and I figured this was the first step to doing so. By making actually entertaining videos. I will still be making tutorials, but I will be posting this world alongside with it. Anyway, I hope y'all enjoy. I will be making this video as chill as possible, so that anyone can just have it in the background while they're doing their homework or whatever they need to get done. Anyway, this is the first thing I built in the world. This is my starter house. We have a couple things here still. The majority of it has been moved over to my new base. We have a little patio over here, and honestly when I built this, I would really like this house. But now, this house is actually quite ugly compared to what I've built recently. If we go down here, we have a little nether portal and a very early strip mine. However, that goes really far down, so we won't go all the way down. Next, we have the little cow farms that I built. This is how I got a majority of my leather and stuff in the early game. However, I don't really use it anymore. Next, we have a spider farm. No, I'm not cheating. This is a free camp mod that is fully client-side and vanilla. This is how my spider farm works. This is the original XP farm of the world. Spiders spawned and got funneled to this area where I could kill them and all the XP would get taken to me. This farm produced so much strength, and I have so much extra strength that I pretty much never need to kill a spider again. Next, we're moving on to a place you all have seen before. This is my industrial district. This place was actually showcased in my top 9 Minecraft farms video. You might recognize a couple of them from that video, including this tree farm by ENX04, and also this cobblestone farm by Ilmango. Here is also a stone farm that's not by me, but it's by Eagle Eye X21, I think. And then here is a honey farm that I recently built by ENX04. That produces just so much honey, I've had to turn it off. Oh man, getting all these bees into here, such a pain that I hope I never have to do that again. Here is the main storage. All of the farms here pretty much get funneled into here. I can control majority of them from a flick of a switch, including the big moss farm and the bone meal output, my massive iron farm, which is actually my design, just tiled 4 times. However, iron golems do still sometimes spawn, so I need to figure out from where, and I need to spawn proof this area probably. Then over here, I also have a massive double slime chunk, where I have a slime farm that produces passive slime balls. It doesn't produce a lot because of the 1.18 update, and also there's a lot of caves that need lighting. However, I'm just way too lazy to do that. Also, you probably saw that while I was in free cam mode. I have dug out a massive area under here, and the reason for that is actually to find slime chunks. However, after I got the mod called Mini HUD, I no longer need that. However, this area is very big, and once I run out of space on the surface, I might expand down here and put a bunch of farms down here as well. Anyway, moving on, we have a lot of farms here. Many of them are quite small, like the flower farm, the chicken farm, and my very old bee farm that needs taking down, as well as the sugarcane farm, the cobblestone farm, and this isn't a very small farm, it's a kelp farm. And over here I have a couple TNT farms, such as a concrete converter by Ilmango, and a dark oak tree farm by Fast Jazz, I believe. Next is one of my favorite areas, the village and the castle. The castle is an ongoing project I've had for a long time. This place is supposed to serve as my storage system and my main base. As you see, this is my main storage system with automatic sorters. It's a bit messy. I'm currently working on a couple projects that hopefully you guys will get to see. Anyway, this place is inspired by Mumbo Jumbo's Season 8 storage system. However, I am currently working on a better one. But how this one works is you put all this stuff in here, or you place shulker boxes on these hoppers, and you press the lever, and all of the items get dispensed, and then get sorted. However, the new and improved one is down here. I've already finished one module. I still have 3 other modules. This place sorts somewhat around like 400 plus items, and I'm so excited. However, oh wow, man, I really need to get up there. And there we go. You might see there's a lot of dogs around. It's because these dogs hold some sentimental value to me. And a lot of them are named after some very important dogs in my life. Especially this one. This is Blue, my in real life Pomsky. This is a picture of her, which I made from a map art, a 128 area, where I basically filled it in with blocks, each and every single one of those pixels to make her. I will be showing you that area later on in the tour. Also, there are other dogs here, such as Ariel, which was a 13-year-old golden retriever that lived with my uncle that I got to see very often and I grew up with. Unfortunately, she passed away a couple years ago. And there's also a dog named Russell. This was my mom's dog when she was a kid. Unfortunately, he also passed away long before I was born, and I thought I'd add something for my mother. Anyways, now that we're done with the castle, there is still much to do with the castle, including the back. But we don't talk about the back. Next is the village area. This is one of my favorite places to be. This house, especially right here, this was one of my very first builds in the village area. This is actually where I sleep at night. You go up the elevator, and yes, almost all the floors are furnished. Not well furnished, but they are furnished. This is where I sleep majority of the nights. And yes, I do sleep, but it's alright. I don't sleep very often, I just mostly sleep if I'm doing a big project and fan subs are really getting annoying. And over here, we have what used to be a sand village, but I completely terraformed it and transformed it into a medieval style village to fit the theme of my city. Over here, we have some houses with actual villagers. Here, we have a house for Winford Jeffrey, which I thought was a very sophisticated name, since he's a very important villager, because he sells mending for 1 emerald, smite 1 for 1 emerald, power 3 again, I guess, and name tags for 1 emerald, which is what I mostly use him for now. And next door to Winford, we have, a husk apparently. Let's get rid of him. There we go. We have Samara Smith. Yeah, he looks like a guy, but it's alright. He sells Sharpness 5 and Riptide 3 apparently. But I don't really visit him very often because I do have a much better trade for that. Over here we have a couple casts to get item frames for the ongoing project of my new storage system. And over here we have a bit of a forest. My plan is to completely re-terraform this desert into moss and trees. Oh, because of a hitch over there. And then once I'm done with that, I add forest just completely surrounding this area, making it look like a nice forest, a nice city hidden in the forest. Anyway, over here is one of my very old pumpkin farms that no longer work, but that's okay because it was never really good anyways. It's supposed to be like bone meal and pumpkins, but yeah, it broke a long time ago. Over here I have a sea pickle farm, because my main colors used to be green, and my favorite color at the moment is currently lime green. So, this farm is completely makeshift, completely designed it by myself. It produces so many sea pickles, I've had to run it like once, and I've never had to run it again after that. And let me turn that off. And then over here, we have what I used to call the joystick, because I had a massive building on top of it that resembled a joystick. Over here, we have my very first villager trading hall. As you can see, there is a villager breeder over here that is currently switched off because I have way more villagers than I will ever need. Here we have some early pumpkin, melon, and wheat farms. And then over here, if I can get through the door. Over here, we have my very first storage system. The couple of cats, because I needed a lot of cats for a creeper farm, and a horse. A couple of villagers that I no longer use anymore, and that's pretty much it over here. But now, if we go under, we have a lot of farms. We have the very first prototype of the stone farm, which is now one of my most popular videos thanks to you guys. Here we have my very first villager, well, I guess second villager trading hall. Here we have another warp farm, and also an early prototype of the pumpkin farm and melon farm. But I only used it for pumpkins because that's all I really needed. Then over here we have a sugarcane farm, and as I said before, we also have a creeper farm. Which, oh wow, I really need to empty this thing out. I don't really come here that often anymore. But as you can see, it works very well. We also have a tutorial on that farm if you want to check it out. It's by Chapman18. I'm pretty sure that's his name. Then over here we have a warped farm, which I guess is full. I need to empty that very soon. And then also over here we have a beacon. That's why I have a haste 2. We have the beacon so I can use the stone farm. But I can disable the beacon if the haste 2 is ever getting annoying. As you can see, they'll start to run out. But let's keep it for now. Now, moving on with the tour, we have a pretty special area. And the reason it's quite special is because it's a very cute area. I like to call it the doghouse. Now, my frames will drop a lot because there's a lot of entities inside of it. Hope you guys are okay with a bit of a slideshow. But yes, this is the doghouse. The reason I call it that is because if I go inside, we have hundreds of dogs in a nice grassy / mossy oasis. The reason I have this many dogs is because I had to breed hundreds of dogs to get my dog, Blue. But my heart just could not help putting them in a stone chamber for the rest of their lives. So I spent the next 2 weeks designing a beautiful house with a furnished interior that resembles what dogs love. A beautiful outdoor area. And this is where most of the dogs live. We have a nice sun, clouds, and beautiful greenery, as well as some nice custom trees I'm quite proud of. Actually, those custom trees are what inspired me to make these custom trees over here. Now, this building over here was one of the very first buildings in this village area. And it is a sheep farm. I do not use it very often anymore, but if I go up here, it was my very first attempt at a custom tree. And I'm actually quite proud of it. It does look a bit like a mushroom, but I love how it turned out. And if I ever want to go back down, just go into the corner and fall back down. This area is quite hard to be around because of the dogs. But we have some backup shears, and I have 16 sheep, one of each color. And all of the items the sheep produce got funneled to this area over here. This area is my sheep collection storage. We have magenta wool, purple wool, orange wool, and all the different colors, all being collected here. Next over here is the creeper farm, which I talked about before, and my very first moss farm. This farm did not produce a lot. I had to turn it off because it was mostly just burning through bone meal. Next we have a skyscraper, or a 2B skyscraper. I never finished it because it's supposed to be a villager trading hall, but I eventually got a much better one. Next we have a carrot farm. My food of choice is golden carrots, and although I do tend to get them mostly from villagers, I do like to have a carrot farm as well as a gold farm in case I ever need to cook carrots restock. And as you can see, this storage is completely full. I do not use this farm enough. Next, we have my villager areas. This is a villager breeder where the villagers get bred. And then over here is a storage. I have a couple, they've started entity cramming, so that's why I had to install a resource pack that shows me their health, but that's alright. In here, we have my supposed to be villager trading hall, but it's mostly been turned into a villager conversion place, where you can call the villagers up, and they come up here, When they get killed by the zombie, you have to hide behind the pillar. And once they get infected, you can press this button and send them wherever you need to. And then most of the time, I send the villagers over to this area right here. This is my current villager trading hall. Here, I'm trying to get every single book in the game, and it's all sorted. Here, we can buy golden carrots, a bunch of stuff. We can buy every armor piece for 1 emerald, axes and pickaxes for 1 emerald, and then swords and axes for 1 emerald. Here, we have all the chestplate and leggings enchantments. Here, we have all the axe, pickaxe, and shovel enchantments. And this guy sells mending for 1 emerald. Over here, we have all helmet enchantments, including Aqua Affinity and Respiration 3. And we can get the protection from that section. Then we have Depth Strider 3, Frostwalker, and Feather Falling from the boot section, combined with others. Then this is the sword section. And then if we go upstairs, we also have the bow section and the trident section. Now if we leave this area, right next to it is one of my most visited places. This is my super smelter. Whatever I need, I just can throw it in here, but I will not. And it has 32 furnaces constantly churning away. And I get all of my coal from my wither skeleton farm, which I will show you later on in the tour. Over here, I have a tree farm by Nims TV, I believe his name is. I no longer use this farm because now I have the better one in the industrial district, but this is where I spent a lot of my time in the early days. I just stocked up the bone meal as much as I could, which is pretty much empty because I use this farm so much. And yeah, I have way too many sticks. Now, moving on, we are actually going to go to Spawn. Now, Spawn is a place jam-packed with farms. That is a shulker farm by ENX04, which I showcased in the top 9 Minecraft farms video. This farm is insane. I have way too many shulker shells. Over here we have an iron farm by Nembalm. This is my fastest producing iron farm, but because I was stupid and built it just outside the spawn chunks, it is not working while I'm gone. However, it is still a very good farm and it's very good to AFK at. So I am currently in the process of building a very large storage system for it underwater. But I moved on to other projects that are more important at the moment. And over here, this is my blue map art. As you can see, I go into the scene. If I fly up very high and look straight down, look familiar? Yep, that's how I did the map art. And you see, that's my starter base. Now, next we are going to go to the Nether. The reason we're going to the Nether, because there's actually something quite special in the Nether. In the Nether, we have my Nether Hub. This Nether Hub is heavily inspired by Syndiction, if you couldn't tell. We have each of the 4 Nether biomes: the Crimson biome, the Warped biome, the Soul Sand Valley, the Basalt Deltas. My personal favorite is the Basalt Deltas. I just love how it turned out, and it actually looks like the actual biome. We have lava everywhere, giant blackstone patches. I love this area. Also, branching off the Nether Hub, we have these 4 houses, I like to call them. One for Soul Sand, one for Basalt, one for Crimson, and one for Warped. These all have tunnels going somewhere. Now, the only one that actually has tunnels is the Crimson, because that seems to be the place where most of my stuff is. This place, oh wow, my boat's being occupied. Now we're going to take the first tunnel. This tunnel, all linked by ice pathways, is going to take me to my gold farm. Yes, this tunnel isn't actually the fastest, I designed this tunnel before I knew much about ice pathways, and I made it very curvy for some reason. I might fix it in the future, but now I have a much better gold farm, so I don't think I will. But if I come all the way down, you will see the donut gold farm design by Il Mango, which is a very good design. I think I got to 1,000 plus levels with this farm. It's an incredible design. I actually have 4 gold farms on this world. 4. You don't need— oh wow, those are loud minecarts. Sorry about that. Just need to grab some rockets. Anyway, let me get away from that. Okay. Sorry about that. I actually have 4 gold farms. And here— not 4, 3 gold farms. Here's the other one. This is Dash Pum's gold farm, which is one of the most efficient gold farms out there. Just stand up here, headphone warning by the way, and you just kill. And pigs just constantly come through the portal. Right now none are coming, but as you can see, it's a constant rain of piglins. It's actually insane. That's how I am also at 420 levels. Excuse the number. And how I got all the magma blocks for this, because it is quite a lot of magma blocks, is this magma cube farm. This produces about 5,000 magma cream per hour. I had to AFK for I think 13 hours of this thing. It was a lot, but it did produce all the magma cream I needed. And here is what I like to call the noob gold farm. This was an early prototype of the gold farm I actually made a video on. Check it out on my channel. But yeah, what you do is you shoot one of the piglins, they all get angry at you, then you go down to one area, and you do it. Headphone warning by the way. The way I had it is I came up here, and I actually had a piglin. So, if I punch him, come down here. Yeah, they'd all come over here, in a couple seconds, you could just start killing them. This farm was actually really efficient, but the reason I stopped using it was because the storage. Storage was very poorly made, and yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of rotten flesh, but it was very poorly made. If I could change anything, I'd probably change the storage. Now, moving on, the next area we're going to go to is my gas farm. Here I made a gas farm is because I needed a brewing system, and I didn't have any gas here, so I thought, why not make a simple gas farm? So I made one. Next, we're going to go through another one of the tunnels. This tunnel leads to my very, well, I guess second raid farm. I made, let's see, 3 raid farms technically. The first one is a very old design. I'm not even going to show it because it is quite far away. Yes, this one, this portal leads to a pillager outpost. Now once we go through it, that boat will go right through, and we can just kill one of the pillager raid captains. Then I actually made a minecart track going to the first raid farm to avoid this village. But now all the villagers are dead, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, there's the raid farm. This is, in my opinion, one of the best raid farms out there. If you ever need a simple raid farm, use this one. This is the design by Ray's Works. I used this farm for 3,000 days before I finally decided to make an upgrade. The reason I made the upgrade wasn't actually for the emeralds. It was actually for the redstone, because I need a lot of redstone. The only reason I upgraded was for that. Otherwise, I would still be using this farm today. Now, the next farm I'm going to show you is in fact a new and improved raid farm. Now, if you're wondering what this is a failed attempt at a raid farm. I built ENXO4's raid farm, but I was stupid. I decided to use the Lightmatica instead of listening to the tutorial. You're supposed to build the entire thing in one chunk. And I didn't do that, and I was way too lazy to break the entire thing down, so I collected about 5 stacks of TNT. And the rest is history. Now over here is the actual raid farm that's actually working. This farm I use quite often to actually get a lot of emeralds. fact, all of these chests, I'm pretty sure, are full of emeralds. Glowstone, redstone, pretty much everything I need. This farm was also showcased in my top 9 Minecraft farms video, so go check it out. And definitely go check out Ian's channel, he makes some incredible tutorials. Next, we have another farm. Over here, we're not going to go through the tunnel because the portal is right here. We're just going to break through. Just don't say anything. Shh, it's our little secret. Next, we have a looting witch farm by a guy named Logical Geek Boy. Logical Geek Boy is an incredible man. He makes some of the best tutorials out there, and I've been following him for a long time, so definitely go check him out. This farm used to produce so much items, it used to be 7,000 items per hour, but unfortunately the 1.18 update ruined it, and now it doesn't produce as much, so I had to replace it with a raid farm. However, if I need some quick redstone, sugar, or anything like that, I'm always coming here first. Now, if we go back to the portal, where is it? There it is. If we go back to the portal, we're gonna go, oh, oopsie. Alright, I guess we're going back to another hub then. Now we are going to go to this area. Here I haven't built tunnels yet because I haven't really felt the urge to. Here we have my old end stronghold. However, we don't need to go through. Quite broken down now. I accidentally messed up the sand glitch, the sand duplication glitch, and I had to abandon that stronghold and find a new one over here, as you can see by the sand pathway. If we follow this sand pathway, you will eventually see a chunk loader in the distance. We load into the chunk loader. We are going to go through into the stronghold. Now, the amount of times I've had to accidentally wipe the end because I've left the sand duper running is a couple too many times, so don't have too many fond memories, but it's okay because I have all the glass I'm ever going to need. Now if we go through, you are going to see one of my most recent projects. If I fly through, you will see my end transformation build. It's not as grand as other YouTubers, but I was before just doing this as a little hobby, but now I can maybe make a video on it in the future. My plan is to transform the end. The idea of the end is like space, so I wanted to pretend the end was a moon, and a future civilization came to explore it, and are now building around it to study the end. This is their main ship, and the ring around is basically like a loading bay for all the different rockets that have landed on the moon. There's a giant railway here because this is how I got the shulker to the overworld. Now over here is my well, not my first, one of my best XP farms that I no longer use because of the gold farms. And that is the Enderman XP farm. I actually have a better design on my channel if you guys want to check it out. It's one of my most popular videos, so I highly recommend it. You come over here, kill all the Endermen for tons of XP, and a lot of Ender Pearls. However, I always have to turn my volume down whenever I'm in this area. Now, we're gonna head back to the overworld. Actually, wait, no. We have one more thing over here. We fly in this direction for a little bit of a ways. We will eventually load in and see a massive just water pillar. And the reason we see this is because this is my Wither Rose farm. As you can see, there's a name in the top corner. Or not top corner, just in the top, is because I named the Wither. I actually got this idea by SB737. Go check out his hardcore world. He makes some amazing videos. I've been following him for a long time. Now, as you can see down here, the Endermen fall and get killed, and all the Wither Roses get collected. Now, as we head back to the overworld, give it a second, we have to head back to the island. And as the island loads in, we're going to head back to the end. By the way, this project is nowhere near complete. There's still many hours of work that needs to be done to it. And maybe in the future I'll make a video on it. But we're going to head back. We're going to get loaded in at our base. Okay. Well, let's head back to the Nether. And as we head back to the Nether, we are going to show you the rest of the things I have there. Oh wow, I almost died there. Oh, this is my E-mobile from one of my mods I have called Essential. Go check it out, it's an actually very cool mod. You can play with your friends on your single player world. Now, if we follow this coal pathways, we will eventually lead to the Wither Skeleton farm. However, it is quite a long way away. So, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Oh, I might not make it all the way. Trying to run out of rockets. Yep, definitely didn't make it all the way. Good thing I bring an ender chest. Always bring an ender chest with you guys whenever you're going anywhere. If you have an elytra, bring a nice shulker box of rockets. Light duration 3 is always the best. And as you can see loading in, this is my Wither Skeleton farm. This is a design, again, made by ENX04. Produces something like 180 Wither Skeletons per hour, which is insane because you didn't even have to spawn proof the fortress or anything. If I go down here, you can see there's no spawn proofing done. All the Wither Skeletons just get attracted to this iron golem and grow through to the Nether, where they all fall down here, and we can kill them. I've AFK'd this farm a lot. That's how I have a stack of beacons, plus a couple extra nether stars. As you can see, there's a lot of Wither Skulls. If I ever need beacons, I'm always just coming here straight. First. Now, we have to head back to the Nether Hub, which I really need to set up an ice pathway here, because it's quite a far away. So, while we're flying back, I want to talk to you guys about the future of this channel. This channel means a lot to me, and as I see more and more of you guys discovering it, I want to change it up a little bit. I will still sometimes make tutorials, but now I want to post more entertaining content. Content like building massive farms or videos on this world especially, like a lot of those hardcore YouTubers you see. That was my ultimate dream for this channel, and I really hope you guys are okay with that. That does mean less videos, as videos will be higher quality, and much larger projects. I hope you guys are okay with that, and if you're not, please leave a comment down below, and I'll try everything I can to make these videos as good as possible. And I hope you guys like this change to the channel, because I'm really excited for what's next to come. But, on a new subject, we are back at the Nether Hub, and the next area we are going to go is down this deep slate pathway. If you're wondering where the jungle leaves go, that just leads to a jungle that I sometimes use for certain things. But if we go down this deep slate trail, you will see a scaffolding trail next. If you're wondering where that portal goes, that was my 1.17 area before the 1.18 update, but now that's a pretty much useless portal. I just use it to get here. But once you go through this portal, Once you go through this portal, you are welcomed to my drowned farm. This is supposed to be a double drowned farm, but it was taking quite a long time and I only needed one trident for my villager project. If I ever want to expand it in the future, it's very easy to. It's an incredible design, and it's a great tutorial by Shulker Craft, so go check them out. This farm produces more stuff than I'll ever need. I've only AFK'd it once, because it was so efficient I never need to AFK it again. Like, look at all these drowns. Who needs this much tridents? But if I ever do need that much trident in the future, I can always build up the other half. It's not that hard of a tutorial. But now if we go back through, I can take you all to the castle, where I will be wrapping up this video, because this video has gone on for quite a bit now, and I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys are as excited as I am for the new era of this channel, and as the sun sets on day 4703, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. See ya!